in the Pacific Northwest as we get set for football at Lumen Field here in the Soto district of Seattle. This crowd, as we've come to expect in recent years, as loud as any in the NFL, and they get even louder when their Seahawks are introduced. We're ready for football as the Seahawks get set to do battle with the Chicago Bears. The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Two and now on first down. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. So Tua making the completion there. You know, what's different about playing a left-handed quarterback like him? And specifically, I guess, what does this defense need to try and take away?
I'll take the first part that you asked about being left-handed. We've got to find out if he can move to his right and still continue to be accurate. So I want to push him in that direction and see if he can get his body squared around and make those throws that he's used to making. The next part is he's a dart thrower. Loves those short to intermediate routes first. Sit on those and make him throw the deep ball. Not that he's not capable, but you want him to prove it to you first.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. Off of play action. Tagovailoa. Throw right side is into the hands of his tight end, Everett. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line.
Nice methodical opening drive here. They're already in the field goal range. They're in a good spot. You know that people like to take a shot in this part of the field. But at the same time, as methodical as they've been, they might want to run the ball a little bit here too.
And just on the outskirts of the red zone, they have options now. Either way, though, they've come out with a purpose. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. From the gun, it's Tua. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawks touchdown. Dwayne Eskridge with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Seahawks take the ball down the field and score on the opening drive. Jason Myers now for the extra point. And this will give the Seahawks a 7-0 lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is Jakeem Grant. And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And they'll have great field position here as the ball will be at the 15-yard line. And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. And he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Shedding the tackle.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Montgomery. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating? The guys who just gave up that play.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Following the penalty, Montgomery. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Well, this defense for the Seahawks, they were terrific last week in the win over the Rams.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times, 2 interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
First down, a run with Cohen. Takes this to the 45. Renamed in late 2020, there's a look at Lumen Field here in Seattle, Washington. This crowd, as we've come to expect in recent years, as loud as any in the NFL, and they get even louder when their Seahawks are introduced. We're ready for football as the Seahawks get set to do battle with the Chicago Bears. The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. Fielded just outside the goal line. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. Not much room to run. Just gets it to the 35 after showcasing his tough running. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down. Now the Bears electing to call a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. From the 35 on second down. Tua. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. And brought down, but not before. Reaching the 45-yard line. They'll run on first down. It's Carson. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. So, Charles, this defense, they definitely know that they've got their hands full here going up against a group that has won 7 straight. What's the key for them in this ball game?
Well, we asked their defensive coordinator that very question, and the response was, we have the mindset that they actually have to react to us, not the other way around. So it sounds to me like the plan is to do the attacking and not wait to see what they present to them. I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Here's Tagovailoa on 1st and 10. And this will go to Carson out wide. And some room to maneuver. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
And this will be caught by Metcalf for a Seahawk touchdown. DK Metcalf. His 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Seahawks take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. Myers connects on the PAT. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And this defense feeling the encouragement. They stop him at the line of scrimmage on the first play of the afternoon. A play fake, now Fields to throw. Steps away to his left. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10. Now it's Fields. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by DJ Reed. And they will finally bring this run back to an end, but not before he's down inside the 5-yard line at the 4. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot.
Touchdown, Seahawks. Dwayne Eskridge with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Seahawks are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point up and through by Myers. And that'll make the score 14-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Fields a quick throw out to Robinson. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field, because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
First down, here's the run with Montgomery. And 3 yards there, takes him to the 45. Well, this defense for the Seahawks, they were terrific last week in the win over the Rams.
And every defensive team that we talk to, they spend a lot of time talking about creating turnovers. And anytime you get 2 or more in a game, you've had a really good performance. They exceeded that number in a huge way. They got the football back 4 times in the win.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. He was able to escape the pocket and get out of bounds. You like the decision-making?
I love the decision-making, and I love the execution, because you just know that his eyes were darting all over the place. Now they talk about keeping your head on a swivel, looking for the danger spots where the hits are going to come from. How about him getting all he could out of that run and then getting out of bounds?
And he told us, look, I'm a rookie. I'm waiting for the game to slow down, but it seems like he's processing things pretty well.
He certainly is. He's slowing the game down himself with his actions. Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. Here's Fields. They're looking for Andrews, but this is intercepted. Picked off at the 16. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45. 2nd interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question, because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on it. His teammates are going to check on it, because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen. Here's 2nd and 10. This is Carson. Oh, good move. And he's able to carve out about 6 there, down to the 37.
All right, Brent, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
On 3rd down, Carson. And he will have the first down, but he winds up paying for it pretty good. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him, because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give him the...
And it'll be intercepted. intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Johnson. And the Bears are going to get possession of the football as time will run out on this first quarter of play.
Here we go, here we go.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that can't continue.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Darrell Taylor in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a second and very long. Another try after the first down sack. Fields. And he's got the speedster Goodwin. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. But I like their countenance. I like the way that they're having panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball. And what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now a run with Montgomery. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
And he's going to get this one down to the 45.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
To throw is Fields. And this is caught. It's Jimmy Graham. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
Well, a lot of times when you get a manageable 3rd down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the 1st down.
On 1st down, it's Montgomery. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 40 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
And now here's Goodwin with it on the jet sweep. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down, and as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
2nd down at 4. A give. This is Montgomery. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. They'll run it. Here's Montgomery. And he's going to get forward for about 5, but that may be coming back. What say you, Mr. Referee? And they'll be in search of 6 yards here on 3rd down. This is now the 9th play of the drive. A shotgun snap. Fields dancing to his left. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down. Santos' kick is up and through, and they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So 3 drives now for this offense, and that field goal gives them their first 3 points.
So if you're an offensive coordinator and you're averaging a point a drive, you're in the wrong line of work, aren't you? You got to find a way to unlock the key to these defenses and put some big points on the board.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Setting to throw on first down is Tua. That's caught by his tight end, Gerald Everett. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2. Now Tua. It's complete to Lockett. And he's got this down to the 35.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Now a nice play defensively on first down as this is knocked away and incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. He's going to look deep down the field. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Xavier McKinney. And the Bears are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Unfortunately, the offense will cover this one up back at the 5-yard line. Throwing on 2nd and long. Fields, and he fires one incomplete.
You definitely would like to have hit on that one because now you've got a 3rd and long showing up, and you just know defense is going to be getting after it. They are pinning their ears back, and they are coming.
Now the Bears will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some pushing. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down. From his goal line here, Fields. And this one will be taken up. They'll spot it right at the 7. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. So from their own end zone here, this kicks away. So holding there on the return, and that'll back them up to start the next drive.
Yeah, that's a pretty easy call right there, partner. I think when the officials look in their manual and see the expression jersey getting pulled, that's a flag coming out every time.
Good starting field position here for the Seahawks as they come up 1st and 10 at their 38. Here's Tua. He's got his man. That's Everett, the tight end. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. Eluding the pressure right. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at the 22. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Final 10 seconds of the half as they've got it 1st and 10. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. So we are at halftime here in downtown Seattle with the Seahawks out in front. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman.
Both these teams going through their final adjustments before heading back out of the locker room. Time for us to go back out to Lumen Field, where we rejoin Brandon Gott.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway. And he returns this to the 22. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And they trail here to begin the second half. What's going to be a key for them to get back in the game?
I think they're right there, and I think this game is still up for the taking for them because we always talk about turnovers. They had 2 of them in the first half, and once you start talking about if you have 3, 4, or 5, you know it's beyond difficult to try and win a football game with that. Those have to be eliminated. If they take care of the ball, they've still got a shot.
Read option, here's Montgomery. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
You know, it's not just all athleticism from defensive linemen. Let's give them a little credit for their football intelligence as well. Read and react by them, understood the play call, and stacked it up and stuffed the run.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He's like, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game, that's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. And in this case, he picks up a 1st down.
That's some good hard running there as he'll push his way forward for about 5.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves them with a 3rd and 3.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game, and while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
Fields leaving it with Montgomery here on the option. And he picks up the 1st before he's taken down at the 29. 61 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. From the gun, it's a give to Montgomery. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Jordan Brooks on the tackle.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Back to throw, Fields. And this is going to be hauled in by the tight end, Andrews. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 13-yard line. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Running with Montgomery from the pistol. And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
Hey, when you get good yardage like that on 1st down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line. So a decent deficit at this stage in the second half. 4-down territory?
No doubt about it. There's not a chance that he hasn't looked ahead and said, okay, if we gain yardage on this play, this is what we'll do going forward. If we lose yardage, this is the play call that I'll have ready.
And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the first down as he's tackled at the 2.
I haven't met a football team yet that runs the ball successfully that doesn't talk about having an attitude to be a running football team, right? You got to be able to put your nose in there, smell where the first down sticks are, and get there.
2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. Off the option, here's Montgomery. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Bears. David Montgomery with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Bears are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the 3rd. They'll try and throw for it. Steps away. And he'll get in for the 2 points, and that'll cut the deficit down to just a field goal. I guess the coach looked at the 2-point cheat sheet and said, go for it, get it to a 3-point game, and they did it.
And sometimes you just throw out time of game. You don't worry about that. There's just a feel sometimes in making that call, and he felt good about what he had for a 2-point conversion, and now they're only down 3 and feeling great about themselves.
And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, oh, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. On 2nd and very short, Tua. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and get the football right back, because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands.
Now Tua on the bootleg here. That's complete into the hands of Carson. He's going to be out of bounds on what's going to wind up being the final play of quarter number 3. 1 quarter remains here in Week 16. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 43. They'll try the left side. It's Carson. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? Or are they going to make an alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction?
I think they need him, and this is his time to shine. Meanwhile, Tua's throw caught here by Metcalf. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
And these guys certainly are not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the 4th quarter.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. They run it with Carson. He'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself, because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on 1st and 2nd downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
A loss of 2 there, 2nd down. Well, that play never really got off the launching pad. He had a linebacker in his face before he had a chance to do much of anything.
Yeah, I think it's big boys up front, that offensive line. They've got to do a little bit better job of protecting him if they're going to continue to run the option like this.
End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Dwayne Eskridge. His 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead. Myers connects on the PAT, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the fourth quarter. This drive, and he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Chicago. Well, for as big and strong as some of these guys are, especially when you see them in full pads, it is sometimes hard to appreciate how truly fast they can move. That was incredible. Santos with the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. On play action, here's Tua. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Bilal Nichols able to record his 5th sack of the season. They tried to go with a little play action there, but nobody on the defensive side bit.
Yeah, they adjusted in time and in a big way and ultimately got the sack. On offense, sometimes you're running play action just to set up a certain blocking technique. In this case, none of it worked.
And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Robert Quinn, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
So, Brandon, we sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Tua sets up to pass it. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And incomplete on the deep ball.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a first down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
Call that 49 yards on the punt. They do get 7 back on the return. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. The Bears in good field position to start out 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. From the 50, here's 50. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Darrell Taylor, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. 2nd and 20. Another try after the first down sack. Fields, and that one going to be off target and incomplete.
You could tell they wanted to get that ball downfield. They had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And the Seahawks defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Darrell Taylor make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. This defense, they just continue to feast. 5 sacks now as a unit. It's been quite an afternoon getting to the quarterback.
And we're seeing it come from a variety of places as well. Sometimes just the guys up front getting to him. Other times you have extra guys rushing the quarterback, twists and stunts. It's been a variety, and they've had no way of blocking them.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Seahawks, they'll get the football back in outstanding field position. They'll run on first down. Carson. Akeem Hicks that time on the tackle. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. That one looks like he'll throw here. Rolling to his left. Here's Carson with a catch out of the backfield. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. Now the Bears will use their 3rd and final timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Back to throw is Tua. Forced out to his left. And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown. And now remember, all touchdowns are reviewed. And in a tight game like this, they're going to take a good long look at it. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Extra point up and through by Myers, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got him nowhere for Fields to turn, and down he goes. Now then after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. A huge play there for Chicago.
There's the arm strength that we saw in college and during the scouting process. And really, it's not just the arm strength there, but the placement as well. To me, that was an excellent combination of arm talent and accuracy.
And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. That's 30 yards now in the last 2 plays, back-to-back 15-yarders, and they're rolling. 2nd and 10. Here's Fields. Slings it to Anders, and it's complete. The tight end has it. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. To the air again, Fields. And this pass broken up. The contact lulled time there, and now 4th down.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a first down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
And Santos able to put this one up and through. It's good. And this is back down to a 7-point game. So with under 30 seconds to play, this is the game right here. So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though now this one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down. On 2nd down now, it's Carson. Carson the first down and more. And he's across for the late touchdown. And in the final seconds, that one should just about put a capper on this game.
Well, I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They had done a nice job on him in the first half. But there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might wiggle out of traffic and take it to the house. Finally here in the second half, that got done.
Myers connects on the PAT. And the lead now up to 14. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They have a little bit of time left here, but this one not going to go their way.
And this is where, in this situation for me, you just go ahead and run out the clock, shake hands, congratulate.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Trey Brown. Then he will take it across midfield and down to the 45. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's a guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
So the victory here for Seattle, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though. Obviously, there are words that are said, and, hey, come on, guys, we have to play better. But sometimes it's just sharpening your execution, sharpening your focus, and maybe doing the things you practiced all week without major adjustments, just doing them better, and that got it done in this one.
So for the Seahawks, the wins keep coming as this one moves them to 12-3 on the year. And they'll have another home date next week as the Detroit Lions come to town. Meanwhile, for the Bears, this loss really hurts their playoff chances as they drop to 7-8 with 2 games left. And they will be at home next week to take on the New York Giants.